The Next Generation Air Dominance (NGAD) program, according to the Air Force, aims to provide a portfolio of technologies allowing air superiority. The F-22 fighter plane will be replaced by NGAD starting in 2030, possibly with a mix of crewed and uncrewed aircraft, along with new technologies and sensors. Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency initiated the development of NGAD. Congress has allocated about $4.2 billion for NGAD since 2015. NGAD is a secretive program for the creation of aircraft, however the Air Force has provided some information. Dr. Will Roper, a former procurement official for the United States Air Force, declared on September 15, 2020, that the Air Force has successfully flown a full-scale flight demonstrator as part of the NGAD program. On June 1, 2022, Secretary of the Air Force Frank Kendall declared that the NGAD program's technologies had advanced to the point that the program could enter its next stage of development, engineering, manufacture, and design. Is a new fighter NGAD's intended outcome? The NGAD program's stated goal is to replace the F-22 fighter plane, however the final product may or may not resemble a conventional fighter. In order to provide air dominance, the Air Force is developing technology related to NGAD. The program's objective includes figuring out how to accomplish that objective without using conventional U.S. military strategies for air superiority. NGAD could take the shape of a single aircraft and/or a variety of complementary systems, including electronic, manned, unmanned, and optionally manned cyber platforms. For instance, a larger plane like a B-21 might not be able to maneuver like a fighter. However, a large aircraft that is carrying a directed energy weapon and has many engines producing a significant quantity of electrical power for that weapon might guarantee that no enemy aircraft flies in a sizable portion of the airspace. Thus, air domination would be achieved. There doesn't seem to be any justification for assuming that NGAD will result in a single passenger jet that engages in kinetic dogfights with other aircraft or that sensors and weaponry must be mounted on the same aircraft. Development efforts by NGAD. According to the Air Force, the goal of NGAD is to create 4 widely known technologies. Through the Advanced Engine Technology Program, the Air Force has made significant investments in variable cycle engines during the past few years. Enhancing cooling while increasing electrical power generation is one of the goals of this program. According to Secretary Kendall, in addition to NGAD, the Air Force is developing unmanned aircraft. Although the service has not made clear how it plans to utilize these unmanned aircraft, some analysts believe they could be used for intelligence gathering, electronic warfare, or to carry more ammunition. The NGAD initiative aims to investigate novel composite structures and materials. According to budget documents for FY 2023, the Air Force wants to continue novel low-cost design and manufacture structural concepts for attritable vehicles, which could refer to unmanned aircraft. The goal of this development project is probably to create a more sophisticated radar, infrared sensors, and better electro-optical cameras. Which businesses are involved? Specific NGAD contractors have not been specified by the Air Force. Large defense prime contractors and the defense press have made suggestions about how they will participate in the NGAD program. During earnings calls, both the CEOs of Northrop Grumman and Lockheed Martin, Jim Teichlet and Kathy Warden, emphasized their ongoing initiatives. Particularly within NGAD, Lockheed Martin has emphasized its contribution to the development of human and unmanned teaming. With the Scorpion trainer, light attack jet, Textron has also proved its ability to quickly design and construct an aircraft, while General Atomics has displayed a sequence of concepts that get progressively more complex and are capable of low-rate serial production. Cost per unit and budget. The Air Force plans to spend an additional $11.7 billion on NGAD between fiscal year 2024 and fiscal year 2027, in addition to the $1.66 billion it sought for fiscal year 2023. Compared to the funding that was appropriated from fiscal year 2015 through fiscal year 2022, this would be a threefold increase. At the fiscal year 2022 Air Force posture hearing of the House Armed Services Committee, Secretary Kendall said that NGAD will cost multiple hundreds of millions of dollars per aircraft. What else is vital regarding NGAD? The Air Force is attempting to overhaul its purchase process as part of the NGAD program. One objective, according to Dr. Roper, is to divide contracts for design, production, and sustainment. As a result, the business that wins the design contract might not be the same business that wins the production contract, and a third business might win the sustainment contract to provide in-flight maintenance for the aircraft. Instead of retaining specialized aeroplane factories, that vision might lead design firms to send their ideas to high-tech manufacturing facilities capable of creating whatever supplied to them in digital form. Additionally, businesses with extensive worldwide logistical networks, like Boeing, might take on the sustainment mission. This job reallocation may provide companies that are not typical military aviation prime contractors access to Air Force programs. The transition from lengthy, single aircraft production programs to short runs of various aircraft, which are theoretically made practicable and cost-effective by flexible production lines, is in accordance with another Air Force objective. Because older designs of aircraft would be replaced rather than kept in service for extended periods of time, this might result in decreased sustainment costs. The simultaneous Air Force development programs of the 1950s and 1960s are referred to as the Digital Century Series, when referring to this endeavor. Does the NGAD rival the F-35? The Air Force wants NGAD to be a research project for the foreseeable future, with intentions to start acquiring production aircraft or other equipment around 2030. Research and development and production money are authorized and appropriated by Congress under different budget lines. While NGAD is primarily supported through research and development, the F-35 is primarily funded through acquisition. It might take the industry several years to establish production facilities, even if the flight demonstrator were a fully production-ready aircraft. The production of aircraft involves sophisticated tools and processes. Additionally, manufacturers must authorize secondary vendors. It is unknown if these aircraft manufacturers would be able to quickly switch production between several types of aircraft, despite the Air Force's efforts to shorten the time needed to develop new aircraft. The F-35 is a program of distinction, with financing anticipated for at least the next 5 years. The Air Force's eventual objective of 1,763 F-35s has not changed. For NGAD, no fleet size or acquisition goal has been specified. Additionally, the role of air dominance for which NGAD is designed is more in line with the F-22 or F-15X's current mission than the F-35's. However, because each of these programs would need to fit within the Air Force's top-line budget, there may be pressure to prioritize one program over another when allocating cash. For instance, Secretary Kendall said that the Air Force decided to delay some F-35 purchases in FY 2023 in order to hasten the development of NGAD. Possible concerns for Congress may be concerned about a number of possible difficulties as DoD continues to develop NGAD, including the expenditures involved, the impact on the fighter inventory, and the volume of material the Air Force has made publicly available. According to Secretary Kendall, each NGAD aircraft will cost many hundreds of millions. The F-22 Raptor, in contrast, had an average per unit cost of $191.6 million, leading to the purchase of 183 aircraft. In light of competing Air Force priorities like nuclear modernization, F-35 acquisition, and aerial refueling tanker recapitalization, several members have raised worry about the cost of NGAD. Due to the aforementioned expense of NGAD, some members have raised worry that this program would cause an Air Force fighter shortfall. The number of aircraft has historically been lowered for programs like the F-22 Raptor and the B-2 Spirit that have experienced considerable increases in development costs. A secret program called NGAD is in the process of development. Some members have voiced worry that the lack of adequate monitoring by agencies like the Government Accountability Office and the DoD Inspector General could result in greater expenses and development problems when creating a significant secret program like NGAD. Hope you guys love the video. Don't forget to hit the like button and please do subscribe the channel and press the bell icon to all, so you can get the notification on each upload.